Okay, we are live. Shadowbammed number 6. Let's get it cracking. Let's get this link on Twitter, on X. What's going on here, yo? Okay. All right. Put link. Got a few topics to talk about. Already know. Oh, God. I hate Twitter so much, yo. Oh, let me put the streamer link in here. Pow. Like, Twitter's so dumb, yo. So quirky. Like, did the joint even go or what? Let me see, yo. Oh my God. It's literally impossible to know. Okay, yeah. All right, it's there. All right, Shadowbammed number 6. Can you believe we've done 6 already? Got the Trader Joe's peanut butter pretzel joints. Sadly, it has salt. They got rid of the ones that don't have salt. Let me change this camera a little bit. Jeez, what was going on there? They got rid of the unsalted ones a long time ago, but you know how it is. Shadowbammed number 6. I'll wait a little bit before I get to talking about everything. We're gonna preview some EPL matches. We got a good bevy of matches today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a couple on Thursday too. Wow, I didn't realize that. But I'll wait a little bit before I start getting into the real topics. Yesterday, me, Caesar, and Tark were in the group chat talking about hip hop, about who's some of the best, some of our favorite, and who we think are the best rappers. I'm not gonna say because maybe we'll leave that to another episode at some point. But I feel like maybe my Wi-Fi is acting weird. But I always forget to bring the Ethernet. But yeah, we had a good conversation about it. I'll say this. I did bring up somebody who I feel like doesn't get enough props. And of course, Caesar tweeted about it, like he brought it up. I did bring up T-Pain as one of the top people in hip hop. Now, somebody might be like, well, T-Pain, he's a singer. He's a singer. You know what I mean? He's a rapper turned singer. Or somebody might be like, yeah, that's R&B. That's not hip hop, whatever. But really, it's hip hop music. And T-Pain had like, you know, he had the biggest impact, I feel like, of anybody. What's up, Alex? We're going to get into the topics in a second. Right now, I'm talking about T-Pain. T-Pain had the biggest impact, I think, in hip hop music of like since he came out. Like nobody had a bigger impact on the game than him because he came out with auto-tune and all these people did it. Now I remember I'm only going to talk about this for a little bit. You know what I mean? Around 5-minute mark, 6-minute mark, I'll get into soccer. I remember when Nas had Ether. When he was battling Jay-Z, he had the song Ether. Now, when I'm listening to a diss song, I don't need every single line to be amazing or every single whatever. But something stuck out and it was undeniable. This was the thing that Jay-Z couldn't beat this line when Nas said this. Nas said, I am the truest. Name a rapper that I ain't influence. And I'm like, he won right there. Because at that point, 2001 or whatever, 2, Nas did influence all the rappers. All the rappers that's out, they all listen to Nas. And they all got influenced by them, including Jay-Z. Now, transfer that to T-Pain. Since T-Pain came out, obviously there's a few rappers that haven't used auto-tune, but like who's blowing up for real and they never use auto-tune? Like really. So that's why I got to put T-Pain in like that top 15 of hip-hop artists, even though he is a rapper turned singer. But anyway, let's talk about the sport we all love to hate. We got some big EPL matches today. There's some high stakes in EPL today. After I talk about this, I'm going to talk about your boy Mbappe. Because I feel like he's going to leave PSG like the Radiohead song, high and dry. But today in EPL, we got some big matches. Yesterday, there was a couple matches. It seemed I didn't watch the highlights or the game, but it seemed like Arsenal damn near lost to Luton Town. They let Luton Town put 3 goals on them. I don't know what the goals were. I haven't watched it. They could have been Fugazi goals, but whenever you see Luton Town score 3 goals, you're like, what's going on here? But today, we have some high stakes. Big match in the top 4. Aston Villa versus Man City. Ooh. This is a big one. Unai Emery has been like, I've always liked Unai Emery. It was a shame at Arsenal they like racismed him out of that position, talking about his English and stuff. But you rarely see a manager like come in and like you can tell that they really coached up this team, because it ain't like Aston Villa has gotten like some amazing players since he's been there. They got like Moussa Diaby, like who's good, but he ain't like some like game changer. But he's really coached up these players. Ollie Watkins, I guess like Unai Emery was like telling him to like watch different strikers, and apparently he was watching Cavani and Cavani's movement. Obviously, Cavani is the best center forward of all time. So Ollie Watkins is like gotten on his game. I feel like Ollie Watkins is one of those players, like he's English. He's, he playing for Aston Villa. He probably had no ambition for real. And Unai Emery probably like saw him in training, was like, dude, you're good. Like, what do you like? You can be a top player. Like, you have the athleticism, you have the skill. Like, you just gotta like focus and like learn from these other players. Like, learn from these other strikers, And he's been scoring goals. I think like also getting called up now. You still got like Luca Digne there, like all these, but like they're playing like a 4-4-2, if I'm not mistaken. You like kind of like behind Man City, what Pep is doing at Man City. I feel like Unai Emery is like doing something similar at Aston Villa. They're not like, it's going to be hard for them to compete with the big boys for real, like because sometimes players just have like more athleticism, just like more talent than the players you have. But I've been really impressed by Unai Emery at Aston Villa. Like, I remember his first season at Arsenal. Like, I'm watching the first match of that season, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's this player Guendouzi starting. He's from Ligue 2 in France. Like, he's never even played in a Ligue 1 match. He's coming from Lorient. Was it from Lorient or yeah? I think it was from Lorient. And he was like in Ligue 2, and then like Unai found him and like brought him over to Arsenal as like an 18-year-old. And I'm like, dog, like this, and I remember watching that match. I'm like, this fool is good. Like, what is like Unai and your boy, y'all found this guy in Ligue 2? Like, y'all are doing y'all thing. Obviously, Unai didn't have the type of success that Arteta's. Well, actually, well, I'll say not the type of success in the league. But ain't like you got a trophy. I mean, second place or whatever. But they do have a big match today against Man City. Obviously, Man City is a juggernaut. But Man City did draw 3-3 with Tottenham on Sunday. And they're playing this game today, Wednesday. They could be tired. You know what I mean? And it is in Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? You got to pronounce it like that. Let me look at the standings really fast. I'm pretty sure that, Aston Villa is 1 point behind Man City. They might mess around and catch them lacking, yo. They might mess around and catch them lacking. You never know. And if your boys over at Liverpool, honestly, I can. Okay, Sheffield United is bottom of the league. There's a part of me that feels like Liverpool could draw against Sheffield United, but you know what? Let me stop. But either way, the big match is Man City versus Aston Villa. We do have a mid-table clash, a solid mid-table clash between Man U and Chelsea. Man U and Chelsea, like that doesn't even sound fun. To be honest with you, I feel like ever since I've been watching football, like that match doesn't sound fun. And I'm pretty sure this year is 10 years I've been watching. Is it 10 years? Did I watch 2013 or 2004? I think I started watching 2014 actually, so it's 9 years. Like a Chelsea Man U, like it looks good on paper, but like that's not really like a fun match like that. They'll be playing today in Manchester. And like, why would I watch that? I feel like the big news surrounding that match is like, is Rashford going to start? I want to say the fool's name is Mark Ogden. He wrote like a whole thing about like number 10 Hog's got to bench Rashford for this match. I'm gonna keep it real. Yes, it's a mid-table clash, Raymond. I apologize. It's a mid-table clash. You might win still, but the big news is like, oh, like they should drop Rashford. Now, do I think they should drop Rashford? I feel like it wasn't all the way his fault. Well, okay, it is and it isn't. Like they weren't really talking about Rashford getting put on the right for Garnacho last match. And like this, Ten Hag did put him on the right for like no reason at all, just for like Garnacho to be on the left and do nothing. Rashford, I feel like, do you bench him because he's like not playing that well? Like, honestly, I don't think so. Like, he's never gonna be some like character guy, like some guy who's like, I mean, for lack of better words, like he's not Ronaldo, dude. Like he's not some player that can like thug it out like that. He's similar to Mbappe. Like when it's going bad, like they both kind of put their head down and he's a young dude. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm not trying to be no boomer, but like a lot of these guys are like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really have that mentality like that. I feel like benching him just makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? Just put him out there. He's one of your better players regardless. And the thing about soccer, these fools are celebrating any goal like they just did like some kind of bicycle kick, scorpion kick. Like if Marcus Rashford like is in the box and the ball like bounces off his knee and goes in, he's gonna be like running like like he's gonna be celebrating like he just like had some outside the box curler. So anything can happen and he could end up scoring a goal and there you go. Like there's his confidence back. You know what I mean? Or he like scores a penalty. Like there's his confidence back. So you gotta start him. That's how I feel anyway. Even if he's not playing well. as far as Chelsea goes, like I don't know why Chelsea is so bad. Like I don't know why they're in 10th place. Like why is Chelsea in 10th place? Um, it's just weird to me because it's like I feel like these past two seasons, like dog, you're spending you're getting like you're bringing in $100 million midfielders and like Cole Palmer and what's his name, Enzo Fernandez. Like I don't even know who starts like up top for them. Like I know Raheem Sterling and Mudrik, the little Ukrainian dude. I don't know who like starts up the middle for them. Nicholas Jackson. Yeah. Very raw. I don't really know if Nicholas Jackson's an EPL player like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. But he looks like somebody that I don't know if Caesar was here. Caesar would know who he looks like. Like if I told Caesar who he looks like, Caesar would be dying right now. But I'm not gonna say because I don't know Caesar's here. Sadly, the match is on at the same time as Aston Villa and Man City, and I kind of want to watch that. I don't usually like to watch Man City matches because they just beat the shit out of everybody. But I'm gonna see if Aston Villa can do something against City. There was another match that I was interested in actually. Oh, of course, Brighton. I'm rocking with Brighton because my boy Mitoma already. By the way, the StreamYard link is in here if anybody wants to join. If you join me and Shadowbammed, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Like we will derail the show. You swear like I care. I'm already shadow banned. Where's Brentford? Brentford's at 11. Brighton's at number 8. Ooh, can Brighton win and Man U lose so Brighton can go ahead of them? That'd be great. I feel like there was another match too. Oh, tomorrow actually. Tomorrow we got a London derby. We got Tottenham versus West Ham. Boring. But can my boy Maxwell Cornet get some love or what? Also tomorrow we have a North England derby. Everton versus Newcastle. Rayvon is also an Everton fan for some reason. Is Everton trash this season or what? Oh, yes, they're in the bottom 3. Newcastle's doing all right at number 6. There's some good matches this week. The EPL, you did your thing. But yeah, that'll be exciting around noon my time. Villa in good form and City dropping points should be interesting. Yeah, honestly, it should be a good match. I was talking, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about how Unai Emery has really coached up Aston Villa. Like, you don't really see that. Like, you're seeing the opposite from Ten Hag. Like, his coaching, whatever, has, like, not done anything to improve Man U that much. But you see, like, Aston Villa, Unai Emery, Aston Villa, like, you're taking these players that are, like, not that great, and you're, like, getting all you can out of them. And that takes a lot. Like, that shows, like, the manager's, like, actually there doing something. You would think because Man U has, like, good players, like, it'd be the same, but, like, obviously it just ain't working out. And they're only on bottom 3 because they had a penalty applied against them. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. What was that about with Everton? I forgot about that. That was weird, right? What'd they do? Was it for monkey chance? Keep it real. You know what? Now I kind of want to see who's playing for Everton these days. Who started their last match against Nottingham Forest? They got that one fool, right? Calvert Lewin or something like that. He's pretty good. Okay, some dude named Beto started the center forward. Okay, Decore is pretty good. I got Idrissa Gay, the homophobe. I don't know who that guy is. Who are these people? I feel like I've heard of Tarkowski, but I'm mad that I have. Is that no? That's not Ashley Young, is it? Is that Ashley Young? No. Oh my God, they got Ashley Young playing for Everton. Oh my God, these fools are struggling right now. Yeah. Aside from that, they might mess around. They might have gotten relegated regardless. Danjuma. Oh yeah, that dude. He's from he came from Villarreal, right? Little left footed dude, little African homie. Yeah, I remember him. He's not that great. Um, yeah, I feel like it's about time for Everton to get relegated, yo. If Leicester can get relegated, more like Ashley Old. Yeah, that's true. Beto's is a good young talent from Portugal. I don't know, man. All right. I don't know about a dude going straight from Portugal to EPL, yo. That's kind of tough. You might need to go somewhere else first. But I guess Bruno Fernandez did it. Um, okay. Well, the other thing I wanted to talk about, there's some, it's revealed, I'm sure it's cap. There's reports that Real Madrid has submitted their final offer for Kylian Mbappe in the January transfer window. And apparently there's a catch to it. I mean, I'm sure this shit is lies, but it's like, why would you know? Like, all these reports be coming out. I'm like, okay, like, is there really a? I remember there was some stuff about PSG, like, oh, there's a mole in the locker room. It's like, no, dude, they're just making shit up. Like, the people in the media just make up lies that like might be true. Um, they're saying that Real Madrid has like made their final offer for Mbappe. That will give Mbappe till the 15th of the month to make the decision about his future. We all know that Mbappe is going to be a free agent in the summer. His contract expires in the summer, and in January he can like basically sign another contract or like make some kind of preliminary dealings with another club. But here's my thing. One, I still think that Mbappe is not going to go to Real Madrid. I feel like he's going to go to Man U, and I think he should go to Man U. And maybe I'll continue on that. But is Mbappe going to leave them high and dry? I mean, we've talked about this on the podcast like many times, but how embarrassing for PSG if you let the best player in the world, a dude that scored 3 goals in a World Cup final, leave for free. Oh, you're not going to get a dime for his transfer. That's embarrassing. Now, I know what PSG is doing. I know what they've done these past couple seasons. They brought in Messi. They're like, okay, we're gonna give Messi the world, and like it's probably not gonna work. But like, if we win Champions League, they're like basically like, okay, maybe we can win Champions League. But Alex, no one wants to go to Man U. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. I know that PSG wanted a World Cup winner at their club. They're basically like, look, it's either going to be France, Brazil, or Argentina is going to win the World Cup. We want one of the players here. And it worked out for them, even though for them, sadly, like Argentina beat France in the final, so they couldn't even really celebrate Messi like that. But now, like this season, especially, like they brought in some good players. They brought in Kolomwani. They brought in Ousmane Dembele. Finally, I think they're really like, and they're probably looking at Mbappe like, yeah, you're probably gonna leave for free, but like let's try to win Champions League this season. Like we got good players, we got good midfield. Like their defenders are kind of rough, kind of, but like let's let's like go all in and let's try to win Champions League this season. Well, they could easily end up in Europa League now. I mean, I feel like they could easily end up out of the out of that. Even let me look at this standings one more time. I think PSG is what? Are they sec? Okay, no, wait. Okay, yeah. They're second, but like Yeah, they could end up in Europa League easily. Their goal differential is 1. How embarrassing, dude. Oh my god. Y'all shipped 7 Oh yeah, because the Newcastle scored 4 against them. So if they don't win Champions League this season, which they probably won't, and then you let Mbappe go for free, oh my god. I feel like the Qataris should just leave after that. Like after Mbappe, like who can you get? There's nobody like that anymore. Like just give it up, dude. Like just be like, you know what? We tried. Some French person come buy this team. We'll focus on I think they own some other teams, Braga or something like that. I'm not sure. But going back to what Alex said, no one wants to go to Man U. You might be right. You might be right, but this is what I think. Kylian Mbappe is a phenomenal player, regardless of like what you think about his attitude. I've seen this dude literally like give up on runs before because he didn't get the ball when he wanted to and just walk off. I've seen him do some heinous things, but he's a phenomenal player. He's a goal machine. He can like put anybody on skates. Any team improves with Kylian Mbappe right now. If he goes to Real Madrid, you're going to a team that's like already so successful. When you show up, let's say Mbappe shows up and Real Madrid win the league the next season, or they win Champions League in the season after that. Did you win Champions League because you're Mbappe or because you're at Real Madrid? Really, Real Madrid win Champions League every few years anyway. Really, Real Madrid wins the league every year, every other year anyway. So did you really do anything? No, they won Champions League after Ronaldo left with Benzema. Benzema was like some of them seasons with Ronaldo, Benzema was scoring like 11 goals sometimes. You know what I mean? And they were still winning Champions League. Like you're not really making so much of an impact when you go as Kylian Mbappe if you go to Real Madrid. But if you go to Man U, Man U's been shitty for some time now. Like they've been pretty bad. They won like Europa League a few years ago. They won the Carabao Cup last year. The trophy's this big. They ain't doing shit. If Mbappe goes to Man U, it's still one of the most supported clubs in the world. And if you get Man U turned up, you're a big deal. And I feel like also because we've seen two, one arguably the best player in the world or best player ever, and another generational talent in Messi and Neymar. We've seen them both in their careers without ever playing an EPL. And for me, I'm like, there's a part of me, Messi's kind of whatever. Like Messi was chasing the bag at the end of his career. But for Neymar, it's like, I would have liked to see Neymar play an EPL personally. You know what I mean? Like, especially you had success in Spain with Barcelona. You went to France, it didn't really pan out. Go like prove yourself in EPL. Like, go do that, dude. Don't take your ass to Saudi Arabia like a bum and then like hurt your knee allegedly. I feel like Mbappe, like, obviously, La Liga is a great league. He said Mbappe can't even save Man U. Arguably, that's arguable, but I think that, like, if anybody can, it's him. And I'm saying this as a neutral. I don't care about Manchester United. Like, I don't care. But, like, like Mbappe is a good player, and I feel like you got to really challenge yourself if you're a good player. Like, you have to be ambitious. You have to challenge yourself. Going to Real Madrid, where you're going to have baller ass midfielders, you're having like it's like the best coach team in the world. You're Real Madrid, in my opinion, has like the best football culture. Like those players come there and like you can't fuck around, and if you do, you see what happens. You just become Eden Hazard. Mbappe joins that. It's like, that's like Harry Kane going to Bayern. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you spent all that time at Tottenham, you didn't win shit. Then you're going to go to Bayern and win the league? Like, that's No, dude, like Bayern can win the league no matter what. I feel like Mbappe has to challenge himself. Go to Manchester United, dude. Go to Manchester United. Go there. Get it cracking. Go score them goals. He speaks great English. Go there. Play with Rashford. Play with shit. Who else? Luke Shaw. And Mbappe on show be like, damn, dude, this what? This is a guy? What the hell? Y'all don't have sit-ups here? Checking. Like go play over there, yo. Go challenge yourself. If it doesn't work out in like 3-4 seasons, you're still young. You're 28. You know what I mean? You're 29. If you're still a baller, then you can go to Real Madrid. But I feel like you got to challenge yourself when you're a good player. And I feel like that was the criticism of Neymar. Like Neymar left Barcelona and he went to PSG. It's like, okay, you can turn that into a challenge. You can say like, okay, the challenge is to win Champions League. They never won Champions League. Okay, cool, but it didn't happen. You didn't even win the league every year, and Neymar was hurt every damn year. But like going to Man U at this point, like Man U's down bad. It's a challenge, a real true challenge, and I feel like that's what Mbappe has to do to really prove himself. You spend all your time. You spend enough time at PSG. You gave France. You gave France all you can give them, you know, in the league and as as national team player. Take your ass to EPL. Show the world how good you really are. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But Mbappe can't even say that might be the case. That might be true. But when you're a good player, you gotta go accept a challenge, yo. You gotta do that. Somebody could argue that when Ronaldo left Man U, he went to Real Madrid. That wasn't much of a challenge. I don't know like how good Real Madrid was back then. When Ronaldo went to Juve, he was already kind of older. You know what I mean? Like Ronaldo's leaving. I feel like if you win Champions League 3 years in a row, like do whatever you want at that point. Like I don't think anybody can tell you shit. If you won Champions League 3 years in a row, still in my opinion, like the greatest team feat in football ever. I mean, in sports ever. So like I feel like that's a little bit different. Now, when you look at Messi leaving Barcelona, obviously he's older, but like they haven't been successful for real for like 4 or 5 years by the time he left Barcelona. I think they might have won the league once or once, but like they were doing bad in Champions League. That shit was embarrassing. So him going to PSG after that, like that was just a money grab, and then that was proven because his contract stipulations got leaked. But yeah, I think Mbappe has got to go to Man U. I've said it on We Made It podcast before. This is Shadowbammed, part of the We Made It podcast umbrella. And yeah, that's what's got to happen. But either way, he's leaving PSG high and dry, and that's embarrassing. That is a Radiohead song, High and Dry. Anyway, Shadowbammed, number 6. Gonna watch some good matches today. Excited for that. Hopefully nothing interrupts that. What's today? Wednesday? Should be back tomorrow, episode 7, bright and early. And there will not be an episode on Fridays. Yeah, Shadowbammed. Crying about leaving Barca and then having the private plane request leaked. Ray, that shit got no headlines for real. I'm not even mad. You're a worker, ask for what you want. But when he was trying to act like he wanted to stay at Barcelona, it's like, no, dude. Like you wanted money, you got tax issues. You're getting extorted in Argentina. They shot up your wife's supermarket. You're getting extorted in Argentina. They shot up the supermarket. And they left a note that said the mayor, whatever his name was, they said such and such, the mayor can't save you. Pay that money. So yeah, no, Messi wanted that bag, and him going to PSG, like, it's really annoying because, obviously when you go, like, oh, I want to win Champions League, I want to play at PSG, whatever, and then you leave like, oh, I didn't really want to play there. I said, why'd you lie then, fool? Keep the lie going, asshole. Couldn't even play in France anyway, damn near. This fool wanted a private plane at his behest to go to South America for him and Luis Suarez family. What was going on there? That's what we need leaked. What's going on with him and Luis Suarez? Oh no. But yeah, I remember when that contract got leaked. There was nothing about it. Nothing. I remember they talked about it on ESPN FC for a second. I'm just like, imagine if Ronaldo's contract stuff got leaked. They'd just be like, see, he just cares about the money. Anyway, not going to get into that debate today, but we will do that on Shadowbammed. We will do a Messi versus Ronaldo debate, and I really want to find a Messi lover so I can destroy their argument. Anyway, Shadowbammed number 6. I will see y'all tomorrow, and holler.